The last page of the syllabus walks you as the instructor through creating the My Math Test course. You would not use this for your students. You log into the My Math Test account, mymathtest.com, use your MyMathLab username and password. And while I'm going through this, I'm going to go through the steps. So let me minimize this. Whoops. And minimize this. So I'm going to sign in. I'll use the DevMath account. You sign in using your MyMathLab login. Again, if you don't have one, then make sure you email me as soon as you can so that I can help you get one. If you had one at one time and don't remember what your login information is, then select your forgot your username or password, and it will email your account information to you. Okay. I'm going to copy the MyMathLab Coordinator course. So I'm going to enter my math test. And I'm going to go to the Program Manager under the Instructor menu, right here. Going to select the Create or Copy a Program button. I need to select a member program. And I'm going to give it a name. So let me just copy this one. And I'm just going to put sample. So give it a name, Math 106 F4H Fall 2017, and then your name if you want. Under How would you like to create your program, select the button for Copy a program by specifying its program ID. Specifying the coordinator program ID. And then this might look different for me because I have the coordinator program. And then I'm going to copy this information and enter it in the coordinator program. So I'm going to switch this to a single box and paste it. And there it is. I want to copy Math 106 Dev Math. So next. You can change your start date to the 11th or 12th or whatever your start date is. I'm just going to keep the end date there, and I'll let my students know that they have access to it after. I want this in Central Time. And I'm going to go next. So that's setting the dates. And then you want to select next 4 times. So just here, this just shows all the programs that I have. And notice because you're copying a coordinator course, it'll show up here. So I'm just going to go next. I'm going to hit next again. I'm going to hit next again. And it gives me a warning because I don't want students to work on all of this other information. I just want them to do what I have assigned for them. And then I'm going to save. Select save. And then OK. And the program is being created. And there it is. See, it's Math 106, Fall 2017, 5 sample. The 0 in brackets shows that I have 0 students currently enrolled. And this is the program ID that I would copy and then take back to this page right here and paste it for my students. So I'm going to take that off, but that's what your program ID would go there when you create your course. Okay, so that's how you create the course. Since we've created it, let's go ahead and look at the course. I'm done with the syllabus now. And I'm going to go in as a student and take a test. So for the student, you can make these unavailable. In fact, I think I will unassign getting ready for the Math 409 pretest. I don't think the students will have access to that. At one time, we considered giving the final exam in person on the computer. It's available. I'm going to make this unavailable too. If you want to make it available, you can go in and make it available for your students. But remember, the final exam's an in-person test. You only want to make that final exam available if you meet in a computer lab. But I will keep the final exam review items there. So this says that they can try those final exam review items as many times as they want. I set 2 tries on the pretest only because if the student runs into problems and gets out of the test midway, I didn't want to be contacted. I just wanted them to be able to start over. But each time they take that pretest, it's going to rebuild their study plan. So after they've taken the pretest, you should tell them do not take the pretest again. Okay, so I'm going to start it. I don't really know how many questions. I'm just going to kind of cheat and answer A for everything. Notice that this has a save for later option, that if I submit an answer, actually I can do it here. Yeah, I can choose to save for later. It'll regenerate this problem. But I won't have to rework those first 2 questions. So I don't want to leave this. I'm just going to answer A and submit the answer. And A and submit. Maybe on the video I'll edit this. Oh, there it goes. 45 seconds. Because I wasn't able to do very good. So I'm going to see if I go to the results, it won't really let me review it. I really want to go straight to the study plan. And if you go to progress, progress gives you this study plan. I must have answered correctly on all those basics of fractions questions and on solving proportions. Well, there was only one solving proportions. So here, wow, I've earned 15 mastery points based upon what I answered out of 85. And I'm going to go to 2.2. On 2.2, I just have identifying fractions as proper or improper. I guess I've worked on this before and it shows that I have worked on it. And the Quiz Me only has 2 questions because there aren't that many options here. Which contains all improper fractions, and which contains all proper fractions of that list. I didn't really look at the list, but let's see. Whoops. I have to hit the arrow to go right. And here, all improper fractions and all proper fractions. And now I can submit the quiz. And I missed question 2, but I can review it. And question 2, see because I hadn't looked at the list, I missed the 6/13. But I can close that. And notice now the Quiz Me is grayed out. I can't work on it. I'd have to practice at least one problem. Before going back, and I'd have to get it right before going back and quizzing me. That's how students learn mastery points.